Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Kai, and I'm a developer advocate here at Civo. Civo is a cloud hosting provider specializing in managed Kubernetes. Because Kubernetes can seem daunting and even scary, we've put together something called KubeQuest. KubeQuest is designed a bit like an adventure that will take you from zero to deploying your own apps on Kubernetes. If you want to find out more about what Kubernetes is, how it works, check out some of the other videos on our channel. We have videos on everything from basics like launching a cluster to some real technical deep dives to the underlying magic. First, let's have a look at what KubeQuest is. As I mentioned before, KubeQuest is structured like an adventure with quests that get progressively more complex. You, as a KubeQuester, will start with an empty account and improve your knowledge as you build out your Kubernetes cluster on the way to deploying an app of your own. In this video, I think we'll cover the first two quests, which hopefully leave you in a good spot to complete steps 3 and 4 and 5 in your own time. So let's take a look at KubeQuest. When you log into civo.com, you should see KubeQuest on the left-hand side of the navigation here. When you click on it, you should see a page like this. As you can see, we've been tasked with Quest 1 to launch and scale a cluster. So let's get started. Clicking on the dashboard link here, we get to our cluster creation screen. Let's start a new Kubernetes cluster and make it 2 medium instances or nodes, and we'll call it Quest Cluster because it's purely for this KubeQuest. We'll worry about the marketplace section later, so let's just scroll down and hit create on our cluster. At the time of me recording this, the Civo Kubernetes service is still in beta. Because of this, some parts of the user interface might look different when you visit the website yourself, but the basic components will remain the same. On the flip side, because we are still in beta, each part of KubeQuest asks you for feedback when you complete it. We want to build a platform that's a pleasure to use and works in a way that you want it to work. That's why letting us know what worked for you, what you'd like to see improved, and if you had any problems doing anything on the platform is super important. And as an aside, your account navigation also has a link to suggestions. If you don't see a feature you'd like to use, you can suggest it there. Once it gets submitted, other members of the Civo user community can vote on it and raise it up in priority on our roadmap. So, back to our cluster. What it's doing right now is creating 2 virtual machines and connecting them to each other. The underlying Kubernetes distribution for Civo's service is K3s, which is a lightweight and fully compatible distribution of Kubernetes. The aim with the Civo service is to get you up and running fast, and K3s is a big part of how we're able to do that. Another bonus of K3s is that because it's so much lighter weight than upstream Kubernetes, that I like to call full-fat Kubernetes, but that might just be me, you can run your workloads on smaller nodes. K3s needs only about 1 gigabyte of RAM for itself. As the cluster builds, you should see individual nodes become green as they get built and associated with the cluster. And eventually, you'll see a notification that your cluster is ready to use. And here we go. But hold on, what was that thing about scaling? The quest needed us not just to create a cluster, but also to scale it. What scaling means is adding or removing nodes from your cluster. By adding more nodes, you're adding more processing capacity to your cluster. Equally, if you know that you're not going to need quite so much power for your cluster for the moment, you can scale your cluster down and it'll still keep running and serving workloads, but not costing for each of those VMs that it consists of. Since our cluster is ready, we can just now scale it up, and let's do that to 3 nodes total. And we'll see the node be building and joining our cluster as soon as it becomes live. And as soon as the node has come live, it's going to allow us to complete our step. But the cool thing about this is that while it's building, your cluster is still running 100% the same as it was before. It's still serving workloads on the main master node through to the worker nodes, and you're able to sort of rolling update nodes up and down as you see them fit, and nobody would be any the wiser. So as soon as our third node is live, we'll be able to go back to our KubeQuest and click on check status, and we'll get a nice little message here. Please fill in all your feedback that you have when you do this yourself, what you found good, what you found not so good. We're super interested in all your feedback. Okay, on to the next quest. So I said earlier that we'd come back to the marketplace, and this is why we now need to add a marketplace app to our cluster. The Kubernetes service on Civo lets you add commonly used applications to your clusters with one click. Think of them like foundational blocks that you then build your own stuff on top of. For example, if you know that you're going to need monitoring of a certain type for the application you're deploying, we provide Prometheus and other monitoring tools right here in the marketplace. There's loads of various types of databases and other software, as well as kind of management and architecture tools like service meshes. And I'm going to click Linkerd, which is a service mesh and observability tool. You pick whatever you find interesting. You'll then be able to install it to your cluster and see some post-installation instructions like here. It's all really all you need to complete Quest 2. So let's turn in our progress and get our reward. And there we go. Thanks very much for watching this video. Hit us up on the Civo community Slack in the KubeQuest channel and let us know how you find the KubeQuest. For now, it's bye from me. Bye.